Hello and welcome to Brains and Games, a short video about how maybe your mom was wrong. If you ever played a video game as a child, I'm sure you heard something from your parents about your brain turning into oatmeal because of them. Video games are bad for you, video games are good for you, video games are especially bad for children, blah blah blah, it's mostly unresearched crap. Even as a child, I doubted these claims because it was common knowledge that the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time was harder than anything they taught in school. Of course, this game taught kids some logic and critical thinking, but that's not what this video is going to be about. Rather, we're going to look into the work of Dr. Bavillier, whose name I think I'm pronouncing right because she runs a lab in the University of Geneva in Switzerland, where they speak French. So, Bavillier? Anyway. Her work focuses mostly on action games, like the ever-popular Call of Duty. Games like this are often touted as being the worst because of the guns and the violence and the lack of anything educational, etc., etc. Dr. Bavillier quickly debunked the common argument of staring at a screen being bad for your eyes by showing that people who played action games 5 to 15 hours a week actually had better vision than those who didn't. Kind of interesting. But anyway, onto the actual brain stuff. In her research, Dr. Bavillier saw the effects of games in 3 areas of the brain: the parietal lobe, which focuses attention on individual tasks, the frontal lobe, which helps keep attention focused on a particular object or task, and the anterior cingulate, which helps control what we pay attention to and helps resolve conflicts in the attention-paying process, which I'll mention again in just a sec. These sections of the brain combine to give gamers a bit of an advantage with a few odd things, such as distinguishing between different levels of gray, like when driving in fog, or picking out small details amongst clutter, like in a prescription pill bottle. Another way to measure attention is to create a conflict, like I mentioned earlier with the anterior cingulate. A popular conflict used in neuroscience is a word versus its color, like the word yellow spelled in the color red. It was found that action gamers could resolve that conflict faster than non-gamers. A faster ability to control what one's brain specifically is paying attention to is pretty impressive. It became apparent by researchers at Stanford that people can't actually multitask. Changing between devices rapidly or even just chatting while working is just not within the brain's capabilities. But these attention skills that the brain gets from video gaming make it so gamers pay less of a neurological cost for a task switch and are able to do it more quickly. However, all good things in moderation. Just like the way only certain ingredients in wine are beneficial to you, only certain parts of video games are helpful for you. Game developers aren't making these games to help your brain, they're making addictive games, and the scientists are really just interested in the good pieces of them. They've started testing people with a difficult mental task before and after action game training, and the results clearly improve and show a persistent effect. This is how something useful for rehabilitation or education is made, and how video gaming and neuroscience could really be helpful. Thanks for watching.